Let's talk about witches' brooms, a very interesting plant malformation and not actual broomsticks flied upon by witches. This is a witch's broom. It is a large bunch of kind of twigs and branches growing out from one central spot on a plant, usually a tree. It's classified as being kind of an uncontrolled growth of plant tissue, somewhat similar in function to cancers and tumors found in animals. Most of the time they are just those kind of bare twigs and stuff, but occasionally they can actually have leaves and do photosynthesis. However, the leaves are usually misformed and not very good at it. There are multiple causes for why a witch's broom would form, mainly due to infection by different pathogens such as viruses, worms, bacteria, all of that, and also occasionally by infection or parasitism by the dwarf mistletoe, which damages the host plant tissue and causes the witch's broom to form. But kind of the very base as to why all of these brooms form is the hormone balance that these various different causes cause. There's two main plant hormones involved in the growth and distribution of plant tissue called auxin and cytokinin. Auxin is responsible for growth at the tips of things, growing taller up and branching out less, kind of like a very one singular long stalk, whereas cytokinin is involved in branching off and making things bushier. If auxin is left alone, plants will grow longer and taller, kind of out of one central stalk thing, one or a couple, depending on the types of plants. However, if the auxin is pruned out off of the tips of the plants by cutting the ends off, then cytokinin kind of takes over and causes the plants to bush out and become, rounder. In the cases of witches' brooms, the cytokinin takes over a lot and causes all of these twigs to branch out from this one specific area in abnormal growth that isn't really controlled by the plant. Now, unlike animal cancers, witches' brooms normally don't actually harm the tree. They're not really malignant, they don't cause lasting damage. Usually, sometimes the infections or parasites that cause the witch's brooms can cause damage to the tree, but the brooms themselves don't really cause that much damage, and in fact are actually, in most cases, beneficial overall to the environment. They make very good homes for creatures such as birds and squirrels, and are a very, very convenient nesting place for them to live and raise their children. So while it does look kind of freaky and has a very interesting cause, usually witches' brooms are overall harmless and even beneficial for the environment.